Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Sectional Championship, Softball Sectional 8, IHSAA Class 4A from the Cherry Tree Complex here in Carmel, Indiana. We join the opening ceremonies here as the teams are being announced. We'd like to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Sectional Softball on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by our good friends at Logan Street Signs and Banners and at Noblesville Trophies. I'm Brad Silbert along with Rich Torres. Rich, nice to have you back here tonight. What a difference a day makes weather-wise.
It's great to be here, Brad, and tell me about it. We see blue skies. The sun is out. The temperatures are up by at least 20 degrees, I would say. And it's sectional championship day.
Yes, it is.
Let's get this thing going. It's Mud Sock rematch. Obviously, Fishers won the regular season matchup, and now it's for real. Whoever wins moves on to regional and hosts that game later on next week.
Yeah, so there will be a regional game somewhere in the city of Fishers. Which team will host it will be determined probably within the next couple of hours.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, these two teams are very similar offensively as well as pitching. We kind of talked before the game. This could be a pitcher's duel or it could be a slugfest. Obviously, we'd like to see either one because that means it's a good game. So let's hope it's a clean game, and let's hope everyone stays healthy and we have a healthy competition out here.
Well, you look at you compare the two pitchers, and of course we saw Jayla Gilliam in the Hamilton Southeastern North Central game last night. She pitched 4 1/3 innings, and Coach Cook removed her after the 4 1/3, after the first third of the top of the fifth, because she'd been pitching a no-hitter. She lost a no-hitter, and brought Olivia Busher in to finish out the game. And as you and I talk, there's a little bit of difference between Busher and Gilliam, but they're pretty much almost, I'm not going to say a carbon copy or a clone, but they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're a very good complement to one another. Obviously, they bring a little bit different element to the table, but obviously they're effective. And last night, they didn't have much trouble at all. It would have been nice to have seen that no go all the way through,
yes.
but beggars can't be choosers. You get the win, you move on to the championship.
We're going to pause just a moment here as we will take a break for the playing of our national anthem.
As prior to our championship game this evening, we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, Rich, it's a sure sign that spring has sprung when you go to a baseball or softball game and you're seeing the umpires in their short-sleeve shirts, which is exactly what they are doing tonight. And we're sitting up here with a couple paper towels, wiping a little bit of sweat off the brow here, and such a contrast from what we had just 24 hours ago. At least 20 degrees warmer, 77 degrees here at game time. The wind is blowing straight out at about I'd say about 10 miles an hour, and humidity is low, so if any of these big bats here for the Royals or the Tigers can get under the ball, that ball is going to fly a long ways tonight.
Definitely. The flag is fluttering out in center field, dead straight out, and you are correct. It is ideal weather for hitting.
Yes, it is.
And obviously pitching too, because yesterday the conditions were, it was a little soggy. It was a little humid outside, and the ball could get a little slick. The grass was obviously a little drenched from some downpours earlier in the day. So, that creates that element of slickness, but now it's dry conditions. You just got to watch out for the sun. So I guess technically you could lose the ball in the sun today.
Yes, you could. But in looking at this field, Will Hampton and I were talking about this last night, just the beautiful condition that this field is in. And we didn't have a lot of rain here in the southern part of Hamilton County this morning, but there was a fair amount of rain that did come down. And the staff here at Carmel has done just a great job of getting this field prepared to play. Hannah Mays is in the circle for the Tigers. She's got a 12-6 record, 3.22 ERA, 117.1 innings, and that's one of the big differences between the Tigers and the Royals. Is the Royals have split that pitching up, and Hannah Mays has been the mainstay.
She has definitely turned it on here in the postseason. During the regular season, she was obviously effective, but these past 2 games, she's only allowed 6 hits and also 2 runs. So
Yes.
the shutout in the first game against Carmel, 5-run or 10-run rule victory.
The one-hitter.
Exactly. And then also last night in that 10-2 victory, and both runs were unearned.
Yes, they were. Yeah, so she has not given up. I don't know. I should have looked back and seen the last time she gave up a run, but it has been a while, and she's ahead in the count 0-2 to Abby Taylor. That one's a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, the players are going to have to learn the umpiring staff again tonight. We had an interesting strike zone in both games last night.
Yeah, the strike zone always seems to move and fluctuate depending on who's behind the plate.
Yeah.
And, Blue, every Blue has its own opinion. So let's see what his opinion is on the matter as far as the strike zone. Yesterday, he gave the corners. Let's see if the corners are evident this time.
Mm-hmm. The 2-2 pitch. Is that a foul ball, or did that hit her in the hand?
No,
that hit her in the hand.
Yep.
And she is getting the base. I thought the way she reacted, it got her in the hand.
Yeah, at first I thought maybe it hit the bottom of the barrel there, but no, it seemed to hit her hand.
I was listening for the ding.
Yeah.
It just didn't hear the ding.
Yep, you don't hear that ping, then you know it's hitting flesh. So it obviously hit the base of her
So
hand.
Abby Taylor gets hit by a pitch after a 2-2 count. And the Royals have a runner on board. There's a line drive right back to the shortstop.
Beautiful play.
And Taylor is doubled off for a double play. So the hit by pitch does not hurt the Royals.
Null and void, wiped off the board there. Great heads-up play by Brooke Benson. She read that all the way, and she knew exactly what she needed to do, double up the player, and let's clear these bases.
Yep, she sure did. Jordan Rager steps in, the shortstop. 3:29 for the senior. First pitch, fouled back. I think we're going to see a lot of swinging tonight, Rich. I mean, if my guess is if that ball is near the strike zone, we're going to see him. We're going to see him up there hacking away at it.
Both of these teams are very aggressive at the plate. Neither one of them likes to take pitches unless they need to. And, as you can see right there, nice strong swing. She just got caught up a little bit on that pitch. But, I don't think you're going to see too many pitches go by these hitters.
A belt-high fastball right at the belt on the outside corner. Mays is ahead 0-2. That one's outside. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Hamilton Southeastern hitting .362 as a team this season. Obviously, last night we saw some of that offense. And it wasn't really the long ball. It was a lot of contact swings, a lot of solid follow-throughs.
There's a foul ball to the left side of third base.
Coach Dave Cook last night, when I talked to him after the game, he was very happy with his hitter's approach. Mm-hmm. He didn't want them to overlook North Central, and obviously they came out focused, and they attacked the pitches they needed to. He didn't want to see him going for the fences. He just wanted nice, solid swings, get base hits, move those runners around.
Well, the first inning and a half of that game, it was 0-0.
It was.
Another foul ball. For the Tigers, defensively, from left to right, you have Courtney James in left, Jada Fry in center, Olivia Latimer at first, Kaylee Kardash, Brooke Benson, Olivia Stinson, and Carolyn Bernhardt, the infield, third to first. Battery of Sarah Bumps and Hannah Mays. Did she go? She went. So, for the Royals in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. We're in the middle of the first with no score.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex in Carmel. Sectional A Championship. The Hamilton Southeastern Royals went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. The Fishers Tigers coming to bat. Rich, tell us a little bit about Jayla Gilliam.
You know, Jayla, obviously she missed part of the beginning of the season with an injury, and they wanted to make sure that she was ready for the real season, which is the postseason in many people's eyes. And she comes in to this game with a 6-6 record, a 3.37 ERA. She's given up 65 hits, 40 runs, 34 only earned, 17 walks, and 59 Ks.
Good strikeout to walk ratio.
Not bad either, in 70.2 innings pitched. Last night, she was very effective. She had, like you mentioned earlier, she had a no-hitter going for quite some time, deep into the fourth
first
inning.
4 1/3, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so she's more than capable of slowing down some hitters. Let's see if she can really diffuse this potent offense of the Fishers Tigers. They come in hitting 394 as a group.
Courtney James, a 5-14 hitter for Darren James, and she's not even the leading batter on the team.
I know, which is amazing.
Amazing. Big number 8 on the back of her black and red uniform, playing left field tonight. Gilliam misses the corner. Now, last night, that was a strike.
That was a strike last night, definitely. But Courtney James is ranked 5th in the conference as far as hitting with her 514 average. That's not too bad, especially in this conference.
Not bad at all.
This is a very competitive conference, the HCC.
Mm-hmm. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, got the call on that one. Looked like it was just about the same plate, in relation to going over the plate. Maybe the first one was a little bit low.
Maybe the shadows were different that time. You never know.
A ball and a strike on Courtney James. The 1-1 pitch. That one's high. 2-1. I think one of the differences you'll see in these two pitchers tonight is, while Gilliam has a nice array of pitches, she's going to probably go a little deeper in the count than what Hannah Mays does. Hannah Mays gets a lot of outs with fewer pitches. High pop-up. Libby Ratliff, the third baseman, is under it. She's got it in foul territory for the first out.
Well-read play there. She just waited on that ball and lined up and sealed it in her glove. That's the key, is that you got to get those easy outs. Don't extend innings when you don't need to, especially against a lineup like this.
Olivia Stinson. Now, normally Olivia is a designated player and plays at second base, but she is not the designated player tonight, and she is in there at second base. We have no designated player, no flex player in the lineup for the Tigers tonight. That's something you don't see very often, Rich.
No, you don't. But last night they brought her in for defense, and she did a really good job. And oddly enough, as soon as she came in, I think she had about 5 plays in a row, basically fall into her lap there. And she proved more than capable. So I think Coach James is thinking, why not just carry that momentum over?
0-1 on Stinson. Right over the outside corner of the plate, about knee high, 0-2.
That outside corner for left-handed hitters is going to be a little unpredictable, I think.
Yes, it is.
Because a few pitches ago, that was a ball.
Yes, it was. 0-2 on Olivia Stinson. Gilliam working a little slower today than she normally does. That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You kind of got to wonder if that's on purpose. Is she maybe trying to get the inside the hitters' heads a little bit more, take them out of the rhythm?
Could be.
You know, because they are very aggressive as hitters, so maybe slowing them down might limit their ability to get a solid hit.
All the psychology of this beautiful game that we love so much.
You have to love it, right?
Yep. The 1-2 pitch, that's high. Evens the count up 2-2.
More than a game of numbers.
Yes,
Also,
it is.
A thinking person's game.
A game of numbers, a game of thoughts, a game of superstition.
Wow, yeah, that's very true. Did you play baseball?
I played baseball, yes.
Any superstitions?
Not really. I was, there's a line drive right to Libby Ratliff at third base. So she 2 up, 2 down by Libby Ratliff.
It was an even count, and she just kind of got that ball. Not a really solid swing on it, but just enough to loft it over to third base, and easy play for Libby.
Brooke Benson comes in batting .554. She is number 2 in the HCC behind the .571 hitter from, I think that's Benedict, isn't it? Mackenzie Benedict from Brownsburg. I believe that's her name.
I believe so.
Bedrick.
Yes.
Who's batting .571.
Wow, that's unheard of.
Amazing.
That is amazing. Very amazing.
Strike 1 on Brooke Benson.
Well, Brooke Benson might be number 2 in the conference, but she's number 1 in the Tigers' hearts.
Yes, she is.
As far as production, because when she swings the bat, she's swinging with authority.
Yipper.
Falling behind.
Looks like that outside corner to the right-handed batters is going to be a little bit liberal tonight too, Rich.
Well, he is wearing blue, so apparently it is. Political joke there, sorry.
The 0-2 pitch coming to Benson. Just a little bit inside on that one, maybe a little bit low also. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We saw a lot of that last night. Hannah Mays was attacking inside against right-handed hitters. So maybe Gilliam's trying to establish a little something inside as well.
The 1-2 pitch on the way. Just fouled off.
It was a survival swing right there.
Yeah, that one probably a good swing there by Benson because that one was right in that area that she takes that pitch and she risks being rung up on strike 3.
Yeah, you never know, especially right now because the umpire is giving that outside corner to right-handed batters.
Still 1-2 on Brooke Benson. There's a hot shot, first hit of the game into left field to Abby Taylor. Benson took the curve around first base but ended up staying there. And this is just the situation that Darren James really likes to have. He's got a runner on first with the first hit of the game and bringing up Hannah Mays, who in their first game on Monday night when she stepped in, she drilled a home run to right center field.
3-run shot in that first game. It really established the tone as Fishers went up 5-0. Let's see if she can do something here. She's batting cleanup for the Tigers, and Brooke Benson has some speed as well at first base.
Pitcher versus pitcher here. Ball a little bit low.
Talk about a thinking game there. That's a chess match when you have 2 pitchers going head-to-head. You know they're both trying to read each other's minds, body language, as well as memorize maybe the repertoire and the overall routine to see if they can maybe find a little bit of a weakness and exploit it.
Yep. Gilliam is really taking her time between pitches. There's a shot into right. That's going to fall in front of Abby Taylor. So the Fishers Tigers' first 2 batters were retired. Now back-to-back singles.
A little 2-out rally going on for the Tigers, and almost the exact same placement, too.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pulling that ball into left field, so I think they're waiting for that pitch, and as soon as they see it, they're attacking.
Right fielder Olivia Latimer steps in, and we're going to get a courtesy runner for the Tigers. That will be number 4, Abby Schmidt, running for Mays.
We saw quite a bit of Abby Schmidt yesterday, and she's more than capable on the base paths.
Yes.
A lot of speed there. So now you have two real fast players on at first and second with Benson and Schmidt. A single could possibly score one, maybe two runs.
Yeah, because they'll be off with the crack of the bat with
definitely.
2 outs.
Well, especially Benson. Look at the form she has there. Almost like she's running the 100.
Yeah, like she's ready to come out of those starting blocks.
Exactly, yeah. She has a hand down. She's ready to go.
First pitch to Latimer is a called strike 1. Royals in a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the first.
A little bit. They probably thought it was going to be an easy one with the first 2 outs, but Tigers don't give up.
Looks like Libby Ratliff is going to retire the sides for the Royals for the 3rd out. So in the bottom of the first for the Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on the bases. We're through 1, still no score.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to Hamilton County Television's presentation of Sectional 8 Championship softball game. Class 4A, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals coming up for their second at bat. Fisher's Tigers on the defense for the second time. The Royals went 1-2-3 in the first. Tigers put a couple runners on after 2 outs and threatened, but Royals got out of there. There was a timeout called before the pitch.
Did you call that, Brad?
I don't know. All of a sudden, I saw the I saw the umpire's hands go up. So I'm guessing that Nicole Lang probably asked for time and got it. That one fouls off the bat of the Lang down the first base side. 0-1 on Nicole Lang. Senior batting .426, a designated player tonight for Coach Dave Cook. That's been her role all season. She's done a good job at it.
Well, she has 8 home runs on the season, so she's a nice bat to have.
Big swing and a miss on the outside off-speed pitch. I think she was expecting a fastball there, Rich, and she got off speed, maybe a slider over that outside corner.
I think you're right, because you could kind of tell on the back end of that swing, her wrist kind of drooped down a little bit, as if she just said, darn it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I swung at that.
Well, I missed it.
Yep.
I didn't guess right.
It's like that body language tells you everything, and she was screaming right there.
A ball and 2 strikes to Nicole Lang. There's another foul ball off to the right. You could not ask for a more – you couldn't ask for better weather conditions than we have got tonight. This is just ideal.
This is. It's a very beautiful day outside. It's
yeah,
clear. The lush green that you were talking about yesterday is back and looks great.
That one's a little bit inside, evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. In looking at this field, you would never guess that a little over 6 hours ago it was raining here.
No, not at all. I know I talked to Jim Inskeep on the way in. He said 11:30 was pretty bad.
Yeah.
The rain came in pretty hard.
High and outside, full count on the leadoff batter, the designated player Nicole Lang here in the second inning for the Royals. Full count pitch. She pops that one up. Center fielder Jade Fry gets right under that. That ball carried. Did you notice how far that thing carried?
I know.
I thought that was just going to barely be over second base.
Me too. I thought initially it was going to be an infield pop-up, and it just kept going. So maybe this wind is a little bit stronger than we thought.
Yeah. Center fielder Lillian Liner steps in for her first at bat. Just a .368 batter.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would drop her to 9th.
First pitch to liner is low for ball one. One ball, one strike on the foul ball on the right side.
You have to wonder if the Royals are going to try to push Hannah Mays a little bit more, maybe work up the pitch count, just to see if they can maybe find that perfect pitch that they need, and also just to
they're going to have
wear
to
it
be
down
patient.
a little bit. Yeah, just wear it down just a little bit because she works fast.
Ground ball stopped by the shortstop, but will there be there's going to be a throw, but not in time. A nice job there by Brooke Benson to even stop that ball, Rich. I don't think she had a prayer of getting a liner at first base, but in another way, I was a little bit surprised that she even threw the ball.
I was, but at the same time, she has such a strong arm. After that backhand, I think she wanted to at least give it the attempt. Mm-hmm. And she's so accurate, she's not going to throw that ball away too often.
No, she's not. High fly ball. That one's into right field. Olivia Latimer comes in under it. She makes the catch to retire Caitlin Winsick, on the first pitch.
Latimer had to battle the sun a little bit right there. You can see that it's really shining into right field. She has the sunglasses on and a visor, but even with both of those things, it's going to be hard to see the ball in the sun.
Yeah.
The old cliche, lose the ball in the sun, but it's true because sometimes it happens.
Mm-hmm. Olivia Capuano steps in, takes the first pitch for a called strike. Mays is not working quite as fast as she worked last night and Monday night, but still a little bit faster than Gilliam has been. The 0-1 pitch, that one's outside.
I was just going to say that. Compared to Gilliam, I mean, she is a speed demon.
Yeah, right now, because
yeah.
Gilliam's walking about 5 feet beyond the circle and putting a little dusting of dirt on her fingers before she comes back in there. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the high heat. Nice rising fastball there by Mays.
Very nice. And it's good to see her change elevations as well as go inside and out. She primarily went inside and out the first game, and then we kind of see her blossom as a
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
There you go.
So for the Royals in the top of the second, no runs, one hit, one left on the bases. We're in the middle of the second, still no score. We're in the middle of the second inning here. Sectional 8 championship softball game. The Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Fishers Tigers. No score so far. 2 hits for the Tigers, 1 hit for the Royals. Tigers trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the second. They'll have the 6, 7, and 8 batters. Caroline Bernhardt, Kaylee Kardash, and Jade Fry step in to face Jada Gilliam.
Well, last inning, the Tigers had a nice little 2-out rally, but weren't able to really get anybody in. Benson with that single, and then also Hannah Mays with the single. Unfortunately, they were stranded. But fortunately, if you're a Royals fan, so let me play that even, right?
Yeah, it works both ways.
It does. It truly does.
Bernhardt had a couple of good games so far in this series.
She has. Definitely has. She's been a factor, defensively and offensively.
That one's high. Gilliam starts her off with ball 1. One ball, no strikes.
Caroline hitting .441 on the season, so obviously she has a capable bat.
That one's also high, ball 2.
And she has a good eye.
Well, after this batter, Rich, we drop down into the 300s for the Tigers batting.
Oh, my goodness. what are we going to do?
That's the number 7 batter. Wow.
Well, I believe
They have got an amazing lineup.
I believe 6 players with a batting average of 400 or higher.
Yes,
so.
that is amazing. That one is also a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, and Darren James spoke to me last night after the game, and he said that a few weeks ago they had 7 hitting over 400. So
yeah.
Just
Well,
the fact-
Kardash is batting 397, so
she was probably the number
Yeah.
7. So, yeah, just the fact that you have that many hitters in the lineup that can do damage is amazing.
the 3-0 pitch over the outside corner of the plate, about belt high.
See if Gilliam can kind of pull herself back into this at-bat. We've seen it before.
Yeah, I think Bernhardt was taking on that pitch all the way, seeing if she could get to first without having to
Exert any energy?
Yeah.
Let
Gilliam put her on first. Makes it a full count.
You know, what's your feeling on taking on a 3-0 pitch? I mean, you know it's going to be a strike, right?
Well, you
About
know that they're going
90%
to.
of the time, I'd
You know,
say.
I think so much of that, Rich, depends on the team you're going up against and the pitcher. You know, philosophically, a lot of the managers will sit there and they'll say, well, they've thrown 3 balls, so odds are they're going to throw a strike, or, you know, haven't been able to get it over for 3 pitches in a row, so let's take. And I think it, it just depends on the pitcher-batter combination. And so many times, I don't know if I'd say there's a fast and hard rule on that. There's a foul ball that is grabbed by Libby Ratliff. Libby Ratliff has made all 4 of the outs for she's retired all 4 of the Tigers so far in this game.
She is my defensive player of the game so far.
Yeah.
if we were giving out an award. She is definitely running all over the field. 2 foul ball catches, and then also, obviously the 2 in the first inning, too. So she's getting her steps in today.
Third baseman Kaylee Kardash steps up to the plate. 397 hitter. There's a hot shot to short. Rayer's got it. The long throw. She retires Kardash. First assisted putout of the game
It was actually
for the Royals.
Yeah, I just saw that myself. I was looking down, thinking, "Wow, we actually had to throw to first."
Yeah. Jade Fry steps in. Of course, I go back to the 2007 season when Morgan Mello was pitching for the Royals, and just how dominant she was, and how in a 5 to 7 inning game she'd strike out 15 or 20 batters.
That would be. I don't know how quick were those games.
Wow, they were quick.
Yeah.
They were quick.
Well, Jade Fry, she was 3 for 4 last night against Noblesville with 2 RBIs. She had a 2-run double in the 5th inning as the Fishers Tigers scored 2 runs there en route to their 10-2 win. See if she can get things going for the Tigers.
The 0-1 pitch to Fry. Foul ball. If that had been hit in the air again, Ratliff probably would have got it.
She probably would have. Why not keep the trend alive?
Yeah. Nice turnout here this afternoon. A lot of blue to our left, red to our right. A lot of sun in the sky. Not a whole lot of clouds out there now, Rich. Little wisp of some white out there out to our east.
Ooh,
but,
wisp. I like that word. There you go. Very, very descriptive. I like that, Brad. Is that the word of the day?
Well, I'm a Bob Ross fan.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Happy trees.
Happy trees.
No wonder you pay attention to the greenery behind us.
0-2. A little too far outside that time, so Fry's worked it to a 1-2 count.
Just staying alive, seeing if she can get that hit, and maybe, who knows, maybe another 2-out rally.
Yeah, I'm going to be singing that song all night now. All the Bee Gees in my brain all night. Staying alive.
Staying alive.
Yeah.
You can do the disco move too?
No.
The John Travolta?
No. I can't do that.
For you youngsters
I would
out there,
embarrass myself.
I would say for you youngsters out there, get on Netflix. I'm sure you can find it.
1-2 pitch.
Saturday Night Fever.
Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Doesn't seem like Saturday Night Fever and Grease and those movies are all 40-plus years old now.
Wow. That's hard to believe.
Great entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Great entertainment.
Kind of like Welcome Back, Kotter. Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Remember that TV show?
Horseshack. Ooh.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah. There's one over the outside corner. That one froze Jade Fry, and she is rung up for the third out of the bottom of the second inning. So in the bottom of the second for the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors. We are through 2. There is still no score.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
We are through 2 here at the Cherry Tree Complex. Sectional 8 championship game between the Royals and the Tigers. Not at all up at 0-0 in, gosh, Rich, the way this one's looking, maybe we're going to end up with a low-scoring 1-0, 2-0 game.
It's a pitcher's duel so far, but both of these offenses are more than capable of erupting. Obviously, the Fishers Tigers, they can put up runs in bunches.
Yes.
And the Royals did too last night. So who knows?
8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Royals here in the top of the third. Libby Ratliff, Emma Chase, and Abby Taylor. Ratliff goes after that one to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 hits so far in this game for both teams together. Another outside strike called there. Ball and 2 strikes.
That's unexpected. I figured 3 hits for each team, at least at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the pitchers are working. They're dealing right now.
Mm-hmm. Good job of protecting herself by Ratliff there. Foul that one back.
You have to wonder just how much every at-bat and every pitch is being just analyzed by both these teams because of this rivalry.
They are.
Oh,
well,
this
the rivalry and what's this game mean? I mean, it's it's a sectional championship, and there's a pop-up going into center field, but Olivia Stinson goes back in right center field, and she makes the play from second base. Again, that was another tricky one there, Rich. But you look at the flag now, and the flag is almost limp now. Where earlier, when those balls went into the air, going out there into center field and into right field, they carried a little bit more.
They did.
So Ratliff is retired by the second baseman Stinson, and I believe we have. Reese Massey.
Late
pinch hitting for Emma Chase. Reese came into the game last night and managed to get on base and score her first time up. She's a junior. I'll take a look and see if she goes over to first base.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure to see if she's actually playing a defensive position or if this is just a straight pinch hitter.
Yeah. 1-1. Outside corner once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That corner has been well established, it seems like now.
Well, you get 2 good pitchers like Mays and Gilliam, and they're going to take advantage of that, Rich.
They
which
are.
they should.
Exactly.
The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch over the
go.
outside corner.
Yep.
She's retired on strikes.
Some may argue that's a little too far outside, but
yeah.
Hey, right now that's been established, and why not utilize?
But same thing as we talked about last night. In both games last night, the home plate umpire was very consistent in the way his strike zone was called. Royals are back to the top of the order. Abby Taylor squared to bunt, but took the pitch for strike 1.
thinking about that bunt, maybe just trying to get a base runner on, see if they can get something going.
She was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then doubled off on a line drive to the shortstop by Aguilar.
Well, she is dangerous.
Yes.
She's a .524 hitter. She does not have a home run, but she can generate some offense.
Good contact hitter.
Very, very good contact hitter.
There's a nice bunt, goes right back to Mays. Second baseman Stinson is covering, and that is the third out of the inning for the Royals. So
1, 2, 3.
in the top of the third for the Royals, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left in the bases. We are in the middle of the third, still no score.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to your Hamilton County Television presentation of Sectional 8 softball championship game between the Fishers Tigers and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. I'm Brad Silbert along with Rich Torres. And thanks to our technical crew, Will Wofford and Lucas LaCour over on the camera today. Thanks for those guys for being here. Much nicer working conditions than we've been accustomed to the last couple nights, Rich.
Spring is officially here, I'd say, or almost summer, really.
First pitch from Gilliam, a swing and a miss by Sarah Bumps, the catcher. She is a 147. I can't tell if that's a 147 or 143. I'm going to have to look. 143.
143.
But she certainly does do a good job behind the plate.
I was going to say, batting average doesn't always tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Defense does as well, and leadership. And she can handle the pitching staff, and she definitely is a defensive asset behind the plate.
0-2 on the catcher, Sarah Bumps. We're in the bottom of the third, no score. Ground ball right up the middle, so Sarah Bumps gets a leadoff base hit.
Look at that. I think she heard you, Brad. She said, oh, you're talking about my batting average, are you?
Now, here's a situation, Rich, and let me put you on the spot here. You got Courtney James coming up to bat. It's a 5-14 hitter. Mm-hmm. No score here in the third inning. Do you sacrifice or do you let her swing away?
Well, we're going to have a courtesy runner, it looks like.
Yeah, we will for the catcher, yes.
Which makes sense.
I can't read the number from here. Looks like 5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
That's Hannah Abbott.
Number 9. Well, okay, you put me on the spot here. I would say with this lineup, I don't think I would sacrifice in this situation. I think I'd let her swing away.
Well, she squared the bunt and brought the bat back.
And that's why I'm not a manager.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to roll the dice. But, of course, on Madden, on video games, I always go for 2. So there is that.
First and third playing very, very close. Short and second at normal infield depth. That one's a little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. But Courtney James.
But your question is very legit. I'd say probably, this is just my opinion, I'd say 85% of coaches would say lay down the bunt.
I think with a 2-0 count, though, I would take the bunt off, and I'd be letting James swing away with 2-0 because you've got to figure at 2-0 she's going to get a halfway decent pitch, which she did right over that outside corner.
Yep.
Where it's been called all day, and I'm a little bit surprised as good of a batter as Courtney is that she didn't go after that or try to foul it off at least.
I think she thought that it was going to continue to go wide.
Slide out.
Yeah, and it didn't quite break that way.
The 2-1 pitch. That's
trying the
bunted
bunt.
foul.
Yeah, trying the bunt again. So the strategy was back on. Now it's a 2-2.
But in softball, you see that bunt at 2 strikes much, much more often than you do in baseball.
You do. You really do. And which is odd, really, when you think about that.
But now at 2-2, I don't take the bat out of James's hands here. I do not risk a foul ball on a bunt. No, she's too good of a hitter.
Green light all the way.
Yeah.
Green light.
2-2, high.
Full count now.
Gilliam in danger of putting 2 on with no outs with the heart of the Tiger order coming up. Stinson, Benson, and Mays, the next 3 batters.
Huge at bat here. You need this out if you're Royals. But let's see.
Fouled back.
I think she swung at ball 4 there.
That was. I thought that was just about in the same place where the other outside pitch was that she didn't swing at was.
Seemed like it was a little bit high from this angle.
Yeah,
but
maybe a little bit higher, but
yeah. But you're right. I think it
was
lined
definitely
up right
lined
on
up.
that corner. Yeah,
right where he's been calling him. Full count. Courtney James. There's a pop-up foul again. Good battle here between James and Gilliam.
7 pitch at bat so far. It is a duel. Blue versus red. Tiger versus Royal. A Fisher's Civil War.
Yep. With the Mason-Dixon line being I-69.
Yeah.
The full count pitch. That one's a little bit outside. And the Tigers are in business here with 2 runners on and no outs in the heart of the order coming up, Rich.
This is the perfect situation for the Tigers. This is what you want to see. Olivia Stinson batting .427 this year.
She lined out to the third baseman, Libby Ratliff, her last time up.
She was working with a 2-2 count, and she just had a half swing on that ball. Didn't quite clear the third baseman or the infield. I'm thinking she wants to hit one of these gaps in the outfield if at all possible.
They're not playing her real deep.
No, not at all. You have to wonder what Coach Dave Cook has seen on film.
Stinson only has 1 home run, 3 doubles on the season.
Okay, so she's more of a contact singles hitter.
Swing and a miss. Trying to slap at it there.
A little bit, yeah. She was trying to go a little opposite field with that slap. But the Royals seem to be prepared for it. They're playing in on the corners as well. Third base and first base are really close in. So I think they're preparing for that slap hit.
A lot of space around second base, though.
There is quite a bit. If she can get it
Both
up the
sides,
middle,
yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Lined up.
Doubled.
Oh,
doubled. What a double play.
Yes.
Heads up play by Libby Ratliff. And the Royals do exactly what the Tigers did to them earlier.
Turnabout's fair play, and Libby Ratliff has been very active on defense tonight. And
so
she
Stinson
gets it done again. Double play.
Lines out to Ratliff and then manages to get bumps. 5-4 for the second out. That leaves a runner at first and Brooke Benson at the plate. She had a base hit her last time up.
It was a solid hit on a 1-2 count.
Yeah.
See if she's seeing red today.
First pitch to Benson.
Again, that outside corner.
Yep, yeah. Right over that outside corner. Well, if the Royals can get out of this, Rich, this has got to give them a little boost.
Benson was 2 for 4 last night, 2 RBIs, and she actually stole home.
Yep.
And
on what was supposed to be a hit and run.
It was. Stolen base.
Ooh,
Courtney James, that was a close call.
Yeah, that was very close. I think what ended up happening there is James ended up sliding to the right side of the bag, and Jordan Rager just didn't get there in time.
It was a great throw. It looked like it was on time and online.
Yeah.
Dave Cook is coming out to question
just
that call.
ask for an explanation of what happened there. But from here, it looked like James just slid a little bit to her right, and Rager, while she did a good job of fielding the ball was just in front, in front of the play that she just couldn't get the tag on quick enough.
Well, James definitely has some speed, and like you said, I think she just played the right angle at that time.
0-1 on Benson. Rather 0-2. Foul back, still 0-2.
That was a survival swing.
Yeah.
Gilliam's aiming for that outside half, and Benson knows now. She's going to attack every pitch that goes out there.
Gilliam's going to keep trying to put that ball about waist high over that outside corner of the plate, or knee high at least.
Depending on who you're rooting for, outside corner or batter's box.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a letter from the IHSA, I think, maybe, for that one. I know Bobby Cox, so I'll talk him down.
Another 0-2 pitch. That one's high. Brooke Benson with a single in the first inning. Took second on a single by Hannah Mays. Then got stranded. Still no scoring here in this game, but the Tigers have one runner in scoring position with 2 outs and a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Brooke Benson.
Just like last time, and she lined it to left field.
Foul ball. Stays alive.
Brooke Benson verbally committed to Indiana University. Fantastic player, defensively and offensively. Spoke to her after the game yesterday, and she said that she has multiple modes. Either she's very serious, or she can just be a comic relief, kind of loosen up the team a little bit. But tonight, she said she was going to be dead on serious. She wanted this W.
Well, this is for all the marbles here.
This is it, yeah.
That one goes foul.
Well, obviously the Tigers are looking for their first sectional championship in 3 years, and the Royals are looking for their second in 3 years. So, kind of a carousel here with the championship trophy. Whitney throwing the Millers in the middle there.
Yeah. Of course, the other thing between these two teams is the Tigers won the Mud Sock Award back in April.
Yeah.
At Fishers in a 5-4 game. That was another real close, hotly contested game. Went down to the last out.
Well, when these two teams know each other so well, sometimes that happens.
1-2. Bouncer to short. Rager picks it up, makes the play over to first. So in the bottom of the third for the Tigers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases at the end of 3. Still no score.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. Brad Silbert, Rich Torres here. We're moving into the top of the fourth. A 0-0 game between crosstown rivals Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Fishers Tigers. Been a very well-played game so far. Both teams had some opportunities but have not been able to capitalize them.
Both pitchers are in control of this game. They're pretty much setting the tone. And Hannah Mays now, she's retired 5 straight since giving up that single to Lillian Liner. So let's see if somebody can break through.
That one's right over the outside corner of the plate, called strike 1 on Ava Aguilar. Aguilar lined hard to the shortstop Benson in the first inning. That one's not going to be caught. Are they going to have a play at first? No.
Nope.
Just kind of a little lazy. I don't want to call it a Texas leaguer because it didn't get out of the infield, but just kind of a lazy looping little ball that it just stayed up there long enough that Benson, when she was able to manage to field it, just did not have a play at first base. So the Royals have their second base runner of the day, their second hit.
It's kind of an excuse me single, more or less. Just more of a sneeze kind of hit.
Well, the other thing that happened on that, when that ball came down, it must have been spinning in reverse because it kind of, instead of bouncing toward Benson, it kind of bounced back in front of her.
It did. She had to keep going after that ball, and that's why she didn't really have much of a throw.
Yeah.
Also,
1-0 on Rager.
Speed of Aguilar is pretty incredible, too.
High strike outside, but evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Aguilar was 2 for 4 last night against North Central with 4 RBIs, so having her on base is good luck for the Royals.
The 1-1 pitch from Mays. Ooh. That one's fouled off.
Some oohs and ahs from the crowd there.
I think that bounced and hit her in the helmet. It sounded like it hit her helmet.
I think you're right. Fortunately, she wears that face guard as well, so you never know. That ball has a mind of its own sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be careful.
And Caroline Bernhardt shading her eyes over there at first base.
They call it softball, but that ball is far from soft.
Another foul ball by Jordan Rager. The last of the Rager clan to come through Hamilton Southeastern.
I was going to ask you about that. That's a mainstay family.
Yeah, that's been
very athletic.
About the last 10 to 15 years, there's been a lot of Ragers that have gone through the program here. A ball and 2 strikes on Jordan Rager. Fouls that one straight back.
Well, and you are the voice of the Royals, am I correct?
Yes, I am.
And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing baseball and basketball for about 25 seasons now. And
very nice.
Also done football, a little bit of softball. Janet Chandler normally handles the softball for the Royals. She's been there for many, many years, does a great job. There's a liner over the fence into the foul territory down to the left. Rager just got around on that one just a little too quick. I think Mays took a little something off of that. I think Jordan was looking to possibly get a fastball there, got the off speed and got around in front of it.
I think you're right. She
Count
saw something
remains
there.
1-2. That one's a little bit high. Evens the count at 2-2.
2-2, 7th pitch of the at-bat.
Mays and Bumps wanted that to be called strike 3. That was close.
I think they want everything called strike right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Jordan Rager at the plate. Another foul ball. I was telling Will Hampton last night, in the 5 games now, we're in the 5th game of this, of this sectional. It just seems to me that there have been a lot more than normal as far as foul balls.
It seems that way. It seems like the hitters are really fighting more.
Yeah.
They're not taking as much.
2-2. Oh, that one's over the inside corner and on the pitch. Ava Aguilar takes off. She'll get a stolen base going down to second, but Jordan Rager is rung up for the first out of the 4th inning.
Hannah Mays establishing that inside corner again against right-handed hitters. She established it so well last night. Looks like she's trying to do it again. Why not? Play both corners.
Her 4th strikeout of the game, 1 each inning so far. Nicole Lang pops that one up, and Aguilar didn't get too far off of second base, but there was nobody covering, so she was safe. So Lang is the 2nd out of the inning.
I think Benson was looking for a Stinson there just to maybe get a quick double play, but yeah, she wasn't in position there.
Well, she's playing the second baseman is playing way off. Yeah. Way off to the right side.
Almost to the point where she was backing up the first baseman, Caroline over there. So
she's playing she's actually almost playing closer to first than she is to second.
I know. I'm wondering if there's something in the scouting report that they've seen, and that's why she's in that area.
Benson is well over toward third, too. 2 quick strikes on the Lillian Liner, who had a base hit her first time up in the 2nd inning. Another base hit here by Liner could give the Royals the lead.
Well, and they're also playing deeper, too, towards the grass.
That one's way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wondering if something on tape, Darren James saw something about Lillian Liners maybe more reluctant to hit it in that little gap area. Who knows?
That one evens the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. We are in the top of the 4th here from the Cherry Tree Complex. Winner of this will have a home game next Tuesday against either McCutcheon or Harrison in the regional. Pop up in front of the plate. Did she catch it?
Oh,
yes, she did.
Beautiful.
What a nice diving catch there by Sarah Bumps. That one will make the highlight reel.
We talked about her defense earlier, and she just showed it right there as she gets some high fives and congratulatory head rubs from her teammates. A little scrum there in front of the dugout.
Great play by the junior there. So in the top of the 4th for the Royals, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the 4th still. Welcome back to Sectional 8 Championship Softball on Hamilton County Television. I'm Brad Silbert along with Rich Torres. Our technical crew today, Lucas Lacane on the camera, Will Wofford, our producer-director, Jim Wofford, executive producer, back at the Penthouse Studios of Hamilton County Television on South Logan Street. Hannah Mays steps in, fouls the first pitch straight back, hit the roof just above us, Rich.
I was going to die for that one. I wanted a souvenir. Won't lie.
Going to feel kind of odd only having 1 game tonight.
You know, yeah, I thought
be
that
able
too.
to go home when it hopefully is still light.
Well, I do have 2 stories to write tonight, so
yeah.
I'm a busy man.
0-1 on Mays. That one came in a little bit low, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. You'll notice off to your right there, Scott Gregg has got those sunglasses on. Now, the last 2 nights, he had those sunglasses up on that hat, and he kept telling us, we're going to get to use these. Have faith. And, boy, he was right.
See, when I first saw Scott, I thought he was an X-Men with those sunglasses.
1-1 pitch, popped up. Shortstop Rager is there right inside of the outfield grass and retires Hannah Mays. One of the few times she's been retired in this whole series.
She has a potent bat, just like this entire lineup, and yeah, it's kind of odd to see her kind of fly out in the infield, too.
Yes, yeah. Olivia Latimer steps in. She flew out to the third baseman, Libby Ratliff, to end the 1st inning.
Busy Libby Ratliff with her 2,000 steps already in.
Mm-hmm. Outside for ball 1.
She's been all over the field defensively for the Royals, and she's really been a catalyst for this defense so far.
Yes, she has. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Latimer. It must have been a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. You know, the interesting thing about Gilliam is Rich, is that she gets behind the batters and gets down there maybe 2-0, and it really doesn't seem to affect her. A lot of pitchers, you know, at 2-0 would be starting to get a little tense, but she just comes back and gets them.
She does.
That one's over the outside corner for a called strike.
There you go. See, you mentioned it earlier. She takes about 5 steps outside of the circle, grabs some dirt, kind of rubs it against her legs there, drops it out of her hand, obviously, and she just resets. It seems like she's mentally preparing herself every pitch.
She's probably got a breathing routine or a counting routine she goes through.
Possible, yes.
Well, it must have been a little bit outside. 3 balls and a strike.
I just want to know, is she breathing through her eyelids? Bull Durham reference there, folks.
Uh-huh.
What year was that? That'd be 80s,
Boy,
right?
Yeah, that would have been back mid-'80s.
I think I had that movie on VHS.
Wasn't that Kevin Costner?
Yep, Crash Davis.
Susan Sarandon, wasn't she in that?
Yeah.
3-1 pitch. That one's outside. And Olivia Latimer is on base for the first time tonight with a walk. First walk given up by the Royals in this game. No, correction, that's the second. Courtney James had one in the third inning. That'll bring up Caroline Bernhardt. She fouled out to Libby Ratliff in the second inning.
Caroline, once again, a .441 hitter, just like 5 other Tigers in this lineup. So let's see if she can maybe get something going for the Tigers.
Bernhardt bunts. That is a fair ball.
Very
down
nice.
to first, covered by Winsick, and the sacrifice is good.
Little sacrifice bunt. She dropped it right in front of home plate. Obviously, she knew she was going to get thrown out, but she moved Latimer to second. Now we have a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And Kaylee Kardish is up.
Kardish grounded the shortstop in the second inning. .397 hitter.
With 4 home runs on the season and 8 doubles.
2 outs, 1 on for the Tigers here in the bottom of the fourth.
And did I mention she's a freshman?
Wow.
Exactly.
Ball a little bit low.
A lot of great young players in Hamilton County.
Oh, yeah.
You know, across the board. You're talking the Millers, you're talking the Royals, also the Tigers, Shamrocks as well. A lot of fantastic young talent.
So Kardash is being issued an intentional walk to set up the force at either base. And that'll bring up Jade Fry. She struck out looking in the second. Fifth batter of the inning for the Tigers.
I can understand the strategy here, but last night Jade Fry went 3 for 3 before she committed her first out in for a 3 for 4 performance.
Yeah.
So she is
She's a good hitter.
I don't know if she's someone you necessarily want to see in this situation, but I guess Coach Cook knows something that we don't know.
Well, she struck out looking in the second inning, but I think defensively what they're thinking about is if the ball goes back to Libby Ratliff, all she's got to do is step on third to get that third out with the force.
Very true. But if I'm Jade Fry, I'm thinking, let's pull the ball.
Yeah.
Or preferably go up the middle because, again, the shortstop and second baseman playing a little wide.
Fry takes the first pitch for strike one. The strategy of the game. That's why I broadcast and I do not announce. Or I don't. I shouldn't say that's the wrong thing to say. That's why I broadcast and do not manage.
There you go.
Now I got it right.
Yeah.
The 0-1 pitch, high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers looking to get something on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. No runs, 2 hits for the Royals. No errors so far in this game.
It's been a clean game, definitely. I'm right on board with you about the managing thing. I tell you what, I'd have a nervous breakdown on the dugout probably. I think about the game too much.
I'd lose too much sleep.
That too. Yeah.
2-1.
A couple of ulcers maybe.
Fouled straight back. Fry just got right under that rising fastball.
Looked like she was trying to loft it into shallow center field maybe.
Yeah.
Which would be a perfect placement for this against this defense right now.
Gilliam is 1 pitch away from ending this inning. Fry is 1 pitch away from possibly taking a lead in this game.
It's like a pick your own conclusion book.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's a little bit too far outside. Couldn't get Fry to go after that. That's a good discipline of a senior hitter, though, Rich.
It's the third full count that Gilliam has had to contend with. In the previous ones, she gave up a walk and also had Caroline Bernhardt fly out.
Is it full count now, or is it 2-2?
No, I have it at full.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
Well, there's at least 2 strikes.
There are 2 strikes.
Yeah.
I thought there were 3 balls, but I could be wrong. I'm human.
Well, it's irrelevant because Fry foul tips that ball for the 3rd out. In the 4th inning for the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. We are at the end of 4, still no score. This is a good game.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to Sectional 8 Championship Softball on Hamilton County Television. I'd like to send our best wishes out to Sherry Wofford, recovering over at Riverview Hospital. Jim and Sherry, you guys are with us in all our thoughts and prayers, and hope you have a quick recovery and back at it. Kaylin Winsick steps in for the Royals here at the top of the 5th. She flew out to the right fielder in the 2nd inning. Ahead in the count 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Hits that outside corner of the plate.
Hannah Mays working quick, getting that first strike. Even up to count 1-1, but pitcher's duel so far, Brad.
Yeah, both of the pitchers have done a good job of hitting that outside corner.
They have.
1-1. Well hit ball. That's going to go to the warning track, but James is right there, and she makes the play.
Routine fly ball.
Yeah.
She secures it in her glove, and
Winsick got a lot under that ball, but just not quite enough to get it out of the park.
Well, you mentioned that wind has died down quite a bit. You can kind of see it every once in a while. The flag is fluttering out, but then it just droops. So
yeah, it's still blowing out though.
It is.
Just about straight out of the southwest.
Every once in a while, it kind of goes to the left field, but not too often.
Catcher Olivia Capuano steps in. There's a line drive. Olivia Latimer had a little bit of ground to cover, but she made a nice play to retire Capuano. So 2 up and quickly 2 down.
Very fast-moving game. If you're at home watching this and you wanted to wait to order the pizza until the 5th inning, you probably should have ordered about 3 innings ago.
2 down. Libby Ratliff. Another fly ball. Is that going to fall in? Yes, it does. Ratliff took a big turn around first because that ball got a little bit beyond Latimer, but Ratliff was not able to advance. So the Royals now have their 3rd hit of the game. Both teams with 3 hits but no runs. And that'll bring up Reese Massey, who has been playing first base.
3rd hit of the game, 4th base runner. Unable to score any of them so far. Actually, none have reached scoring position. So let's see if the trend can change here with Libby, who has been active defensively.
Well, the Royals have had 1 runner in scoring position. That was Ava Aguilar last inning. Other than that, nobody's gotten beyond first base.
Did she reach second?
Yes, she did.
Well, see.
Yeah, she had a stolen base.
Multiple errors in my book. That's not good.
That's all right.
That's why you're here, Brad. You're here to keep me straight.
That's all right.
I appreciate that. So, folks, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're going to get a pinch runner here at first base for Libby Ratliff.
24.
That is number 24, Isabella Butts.
For Hamilton Southeastern, pitch running, number 24, Kristen Alberts.
Oh, that's right. That is not Butts. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Albers.
Oh, okay.
We had a number change there.
Well, I'm sure Isabella appreciated the shot out there for a second. Two outs, one runner on first base.
Reese Massey took the first pitch for ball one. Strike over the lower inside corner of the plate. Hannah Mays just seems to pick up right where she left off last night, Rich.
Actually, from 2 nights ago.
Yeah. I mean, she just hasn't quit.
No, she has not.
Pop up, that's going to be out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Off the roof of the dugout over there. A little dent in the tin, I think.
You can always tell when they got the metal roofs.
Yes, sir.
Instead of a thud, it's a bing. 1-2 on Reese Massey. Did she go or not? She did not. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers don't even appeal that one. I don't think that was very close.
No, it didn't look like it.
She got about 3/4 of the way around, but not. I don't think she got over the plate. Oh, they're going to appeal it.
And no.
And the base umpire says it was a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. We are in the top of the 5th. 0-0. The Royals and the Tigers. That one's inside. Once again, another full count.
3 hits for each team. No errors. Clean game. We just need some runs.
Yeah. Another pop foul behind the first base side.
Well, it's a dead ball, so it doesn't matter. But the ball got away from Hannah Mays there, rolled over to Caroline Bernhardt, and I don't think Caroline even saw it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I just noticed it. I was like, oh.
3-2, Reese Massey.
So loose softball on the field.
Swing and a miss. Massey goes down as the Royals do. So in the 5th for the Royals, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases, middle of the 5th, still no score.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. We're in the middle of the 5th inning. Royals and the Tigers all knotted up at 0-0. Both teams with 3 hits. Neither team with an error. Neither team has gotten anybody beyond second base. We thought it was going to be a evenly played game, Rich, and so far through 4.5, that's exactly what we've had.
It's about as even as you can get right now, Brad. And
Sarah bumps. The catcher steps in, fouls the first pitch back.
It's coming back
Strike
our way.
1, yeah.
You know, it is amazing to think about the transformation of the Fishers Tigers pitching-wise.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hannah Mays is locked in these past 3 games. She's been very effective, but they came in with a team ERA over 5.
Yes.
You know, so when you're averaging almost 10 runs on offense and giving up about 5, you'd expect a high-scoring affair, but this is kind of odd and out of character, seems like, offensively for the Tigers.
Yep.
But pitching-wise, this is what Hannah's been doing all postseason.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty much what she did almost all season.
Yeah, you're right. But I think she's found a whole nother gear. I know Darren James kind of mentioned that to me last night when I talked to him after the game. He just said that he doesn't want to disrupt her rhythm at all. Just let her go out there and work and be comfortable and be herself.
The 0-2 pitch, that was a soft grounder. Rager's got it over to first in time. Sarah Bumpus is retired, short to first. Rager's had a little bit of action out there at shortstop so far today.
A little bit. Last inning, she caught that foul or fly ball, and she had a put out in the inning before too, 6-3.
Courtney James steps up. She walked her last time up, flew out to third base in the first inning. You got to believe for a 5-14 hitter, she's overdue.
Well,
Painted that outside corner again. Yep. Just hit that corner.
You got to wonder how much that call is maybe changing the outlook of the hitters a little bit.
Oh, it's got to be.
You know, because obviously, like you mentioned, Courtney James is a very sound hitter. For her to take that pitch again, it probably just changes the entire complexion of the at-bat for her.
But both of these teams, these hitters, Rich, are so good.
They are.
That if they get down by 1 or 2 strikes, it doesn't seem to faze them.
No.
And just the opposite on the pitching side of everything. Both Mays and Gilliam are such good pitchers. If they get down 2-0 in a count, it's not, it doesn't seem to be any big deal like a lot of people might think it is. The 0-1 pitch, that one's way high.
You're right, Brad. The composure on both sides during this game has really been remarkable, and you can see it. Neither team is really budging an inch, and I think they're just waiting for someone to blink first. And Courtney James would love it if it was Gilliam, I think. A little high.
A little bit high, 2-1.
Wonder if Gilliam is maybe setting up Courtney a little bit here.
Might be.
Once again, getting her steps in as she goes about 5 or 6 back, grabs some dirt, come back, reset.
Another ball high, 3-1. Not even anywhere near the strike zone. You got to wonder if she's just trying to be extra cautious with James, knowing, she's got a 500 hitter up there at the plate who's officially 0 for 1.
Could be, especially after that last at-bat where she worked for the walk.
That was a good pitch and a good job of batting or fending it off there by James.
Speaking with Courtney James after the game yesterday, her primary focus was just to come out here and be aggressive. Hitting is contagious, she told me. And for this lineup, it has been that way all year long, especially this postseason. So I think she's really determined to set the tone one of these frames.
Another full count. That one's well hit into left field.
Oh.
Abby Taylor gets back there and makes a nice play on that. I thought at first that might be over her head, Rich.
She, she had to read that one on the fly, and she recorrected her body and turned just right, snared that ball out of the air.
She was almost right back in front of the fence there. She was well onto the warning track. That was a well-hit ball by Courtney.
It started to tail a little bit on her, but she read it perfectly. Great play. Great defensive effort.
Second baseman Olivia Stinson steps into the box.
Olivia's lined out to third base, both
Twice.
at-bats.
Yep. Both hard shots, too.
They were.
Strike one on the second baseman. Stinson just a junior. She'll be back for another year. A lot of young talent on both of these teams.
Especially for the Tigers. They only lose 3 starters.
Ground ball to second, scooped up by Winsick. Gets over and makes the play.
Oh,
that was close.
Not happy with that call at all.
No, in fact, there goes Darren James out to ask about it.
It was a close call. It was a very close play there at first.
Well, it was hit very deep to second, but all goes down as a third out. So for the Tigers, bottom of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on the bases. We're still knotted up 0-0 at the end of 5.
help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. A bang play there, Rich, to end the fifth there with Kalen Winsek managing to get the ball over to Reese Massey. There's a foul ball right in front of the Royals dugout. That one drops. Well, Abby Taylor will live to swing again.
As you mentioned during the break, I mean, the umpire was in great position to make that call. Mm-hmm. So I think it was the right call. Obviously, the fans are going to be passionate about it. And Darren James also came out and asked a little bit about that call, and he didn't seem to argue too much. So I think he knew the umpire had the right call there.
0-2 on Abby Taylor. She is 0-4-2 in this game.
A lot of twos.
That one's going to get through, and Abby Taylor's going to have her first hit. Leads off the sixth inning with the fourth hit for the Royals for the night.
Past 3 innings, the Royals have had at least one hit. This time it's a leadoff hit.
Well, every 3 of the 6 innings now, they put the leadoff runner on. Ava Aguilar steps in. She had a base hit in the fourth. Lined hard back to Brooke Benson in the first. There's a nice bunt. Kardash is in to make the play with Stinson covering first.
Little 5-3 sacrifice to move the runner into scoring position. And we now have 1 out and a Royal standing on second base. Abby Taylor, let's see if she can maybe get driven in.
Jordan Rager steps up. She has struck out twice in this game, once looking and once called.
That last strikeout was a 9-pitch at bat, so she battled.
Yep.
Before taking third strike, but you know she wants to come out here and be aggressive once again. You don't get to Hannah Mays very often, but when you can, you take advantage.
They're going to give Jordan Rager an intentional pass. That'll bring up Nicole Lang, 426 hitter, flown out to center.
And also second base.
Line drive to the shortstop in the fourth inning. Brooke Benson's been busy out there tonight at short.
She has. Again, great defender. And Tigers play great defense.
Royals with 2 on, 1 out. Nicole Lang down in the count, 0-1.
I think Darren James is playing the double play potentially here.
Well, at least get the lead runner on a force play.
Oh.
Look at the base running there by Abby Taylor.
Heads up play by Abby Taylor.
She was about a third of the way down between second and third base when Hannah Mays took that ball and just started lazily walking around with it. And she took off for third base, and I think if somebody on the Fishers team hadn't yelled at her, she never would have known what happened there. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Stinson's under it. Makes the second out.
2 outs, but you have runners on the corners. Heads up base running by Abby Taylor. Noticed that there was a little gap there as far as the transition, and she took advantage of that. Moved up to third. Dave Cook is now hoping that one of his players, especially Lillian Liner, who's up.
Yeah, if the Royals can score in this inning here, Rich, that's a big thing. That one. There's a pop up. Latimer is under it. She makes the play.
Wow. Tigers play their defense and get out of this jam.
So for the Royals in the top of the 6th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on the bases. Middle of the 6th, still no score. Bottom of the 6th. We're moving into the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm Brad Silbert along with Rich Torres here at the Cherry Tree Complex. Rich, we got a doozy of a game going here, man.
It's a barn burner. Pitchers duel all the way. We have the HSE Royals with 4 hits, Fishers Tigers with 3. Something's got to give eventually here, Brad.
We're going to play trivia here in a second with what you just said. First pitch hits Brooke Benson. Who was the famous Indiana sportscaster who coined that phrase, a barn burner?
Oh, goodness gracious.
You may not know him.
I don't think I know this one.
Let me give you a hint. The sport is hockey.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of my element now.
Okay. Bob Chase was the voice of the Fort Wayne Comets for 60 years.
Wow.
And when I first moved to Indiana back in the early 70s, Bob was in his prime, and he coined that phrase, "We got a barn burner going on here tonight."
Well, now I know something. I'm going to use that trivia tidbit.
And the other part of the trivia on that is the Comets were carried by WOWO, W-O-W-O.
Uh-huh.
In WOWO, Bob Chase was their sports director also. And they had a program on in the morning called the Little Red Barn, their farm program. And Bob Chase would do the sports there, and he'd talk about the Little Red Barn and what a barn burner they had the night before. Pop up coming right back toward us.
Oh,
Hannah Mays at the plate.
We had a fan catch the ball there.
Yeah.
Get that fan a free
Give him a
soda.
free hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog or soda, something. Let's do something there. You deserve.
I think what Dave
some
Cook
prize.
was out there saying to the home plate umpire in the case of Benson that when she got hit by that pitch, he's asking, she made no effort to get out of the way.
She didn't, and I kind of noticed that as well, and I knew that Coach Cook was probably going to come out and question that a little bit.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't going to do him any good, but
No.
just get the umpire's ear.
You still-
0-1 to Mays.
You still have to protect your players.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you have to argue as a gentleman at times. So,
But that's a play that you seldom see get, it's seldom called.
You see it more in baseball than you do softball. Mm-hmm. When a player doesn't get out of the way, especially in high school baseball and also the pros, you do see that.
Yeah.
You do see the umpire take control of that situation.
The 1-1 pitch to Mays. There's a liner. That one is out of the park.
Wow, there you go.
Hannah Mays has given the Fishers Tigers a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th on a 2-run home run.
Brad, you mentioned Hannah Mays and her power and what she did in that first game with that 3-run home run. The wind was lightly blowing out to center field, but she just got that ball dead on to deep center, and that ball just carried over all the way.
That was just plain and simple a power home run. It probably, I'll bet that ball wasn't more than 40 feet off the ground, Rich. I mean, that was a line drive.
Yeah,
I thought Liner might have a play on that, or I thought that might not get over the fence, but it cleared the fence by several feet, and that's all that counts.
Yeah, it was not a towering shot whatsoever.
No.
It was more of a line drive, almost a rainbowish type home run. But it cleared all of that fence. There was no question about that.
So the Tigers are on the scoreboard. No outs here at the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 as the Tigers pick up their 4th hit of the game. Over the inside corner to Olivia Latimer. She gets called strike 1.
if this lead holds up, Hannah Mays, what a performance!
Definitely,
in the sectional.
she if they were giving most valuable players for the sectional, she would get my vote.
Mine as well, definitely. She has really turned it up here in the postseason.
0-1 on Latimer. Hits that outside corner. Hear the groans to our right, the cheers to our left. It's too bad we don't have surround sound here. We got to talk to Jim about that. Get surround sound so we can get the real effect of the fans out there.
Need those microphones out in the stands, right?
But once again, he has been consistent the entire game.
He has.
0-2 on Latimer. High and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's all you can really ask for, too. I mean, if he's going to call the zone a certain way, call it that way on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Don't notice any change, though, in Jayla Gilliam.
No,
she's still in that groove, doing her thing.
In her mind, it's 0-0.
Yeah. And believe me, this Royal team is very well capable of coming back in the top of the 7th. If they can keep this a 2-0 game, this thing is far from over.
That's the big question, Brad. Will they keep it a 2-0 game, or is this the opening that the Tigers needed to create some offense and maybe put up 4 or 5 runs on this frame?
Yeah, Latimer at a 457, a walk and a fly out so far today.
Well, and you mentioned it in the break. This was where you wanted the Tigers to start.
Yeah. Latimer drives that one solidly into center field. First 3 batters for the Tigers here in the 6th have reached no outs.
This is exactly what you want to see from your 3, 4, 5 hitters. Each one reaching base. Obviously, the big 2-run jack by Hannah Mays puts the Tigers up 2-0, and now you have Olivia Latimer sitting at first, and Caroline Bernhardt up next.
Well, and we've commented a couple times now. The Tigers got through the first 5 and just couldn't dent the Royals, as the Royals got through the first 6 and couldn't dent the Tigers. But you had to figure that something was going to happen. Sooner or later.
You knew something was going to break for one of these two teams. They were just playing too well, hitting the ball way too hard.
Yeah.
But both pitchers were just so locked in. Now it looks like Jayla Gilliam's being looked at by the trainer, maybe.
I think they're just maybe giving her a little pep talk, shall we say, and just checking on her to see what's going on there. Yeah, that is an assistant coach. That is not the trainer.
I thought it was a trainer. Okay.
No.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to scare anybody, but for a second.
Well, she was injured earlier in the season, and, she's thrown. Do you have a pitch count on her by any chance?
I can look that up. Let me see what she has here so far.
Caroline Bernhardt steps in. No outs. Runner on first. 2 in already here in the bottom of the 6th. Gilliam is ready at the circle again. Bernhardt swings and fouls that one back. Hannah Mays, she just took that first ball fastball and just absolutely drilled it out of this park.
She did. I mean, she hit it right on the screws. It was a beautiful swing, and really, like you said, it just lined itself right out of their dead center. There's a fence straight ahead in front of us, and she hit it right over it. I mean, that's about as straight out of the ballpark as you could hit it.
The 0-1 pitch to Bernhardt. That one's outside. Latimer getting a pretty good lead over there at first base. I don't think she's really big danger for steal, though.
I'll say not really a base stealer.
One stolen base all season.
Okay, yeah, I would say that she's just getting ready. Never know.
And I would think at this point, with no outs, that Darren James would probably, with a 2-run lead, in the way Mays has been pitching, I think he'd play this a little more conservative here.
I agree.
Strike 2 is called.
I agree. Why have any unnecessary risk when you're ahead 2-0 in a pitcher's duel? And, so like you said, Hannah Mays, she's going to come out here and want to defend this lead. Put it away.
One ball, 2 strikes, and Caroline Bernhardt. Royals in need of an out here. That's going to be a foul ball.
Out of play?
Just beyond the dugout. Sends the folks over there on the sidewalk scrambling. They heard that ball hit the roof of the dugout, and boy, did they duck quick.
They did. They had no idea where that ball was going to go. Well, that's why there is a sign that says "Be alert for foul ball."
Yes, you have to be.
Well, with these new aluminum bats and the technology now, the ball comes flying off of those bats so fast.
1-2 on Bernhardt. There's another hit right into center field. Latimer is going to stop at second, and the Tigers have got a good old-fashioned rally going here in the bottom of the sixth, Rich.
It's the fourth straight base runner, essentially, for the Tigers. I mean, you can count Hannah Mays as one, even though she won all the way around.
Yep.
No outs. I think they finally figured out Gilliam, and Coach Dave Cook is, I believe, making the switch
I
now.
would imagine we may see Olivia Busher come in here at this point.
I think you're right. But hats off to Jayla Gilliam.
Yeah.
She has pitched a fantastic game.
And we are going to get a pinch runner at first. That's going to be Naya Duplessis.
Number 14.
Well, Rich, this is going to be our last broadcast of baseball and softball for the season, but I know your season goes on. What have you got on tap for yourself?
Well, it's been a busy week. I've been taking in this sectional up to this point, and tomorrow I'm going to head out to see some more softball over at Hamilton Heights. And then there's baseball at Noblesville at the Dunk on Friday. So I'm looking forward to kind of taking that in, and then obviously Memorial Day, it's a big baseball day.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to be back at the Dunk covering those baseball games as well.
Well, they've reformatted the baseball sectional. They used to play one game or one night, and then 2 games on Memorial Day morning, and then the championship in the evening. Well, now they're playing 2 days, Wednesday and Friday, weather permitting, and the championship on Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
I kind of like that, too. It makes Monday a little bit more magnified, and like you said, not quite as long either. I mean, as a player, playing 2 games on a Monday, especially when it's as hot as it usually is on a Monday, it can make it really difficult and probably physically exhausting, I'm sure. But
Olivia Busher steps up to the mound. What have we got on her here, Rich?
Let's see. Olivia has...
I didn't see what happened there. I believe that one went right back to the mound.
It did. It was more of a ricochet kind of hit.
Well, if it's gone wrong now for the Royals, it's gone wrong. It's going right for the Tigers.
It is. It's kind of the ball is bouncing the Tigers' way, no doubt, right now. And that one actually did. Was
now
comebacker.
Now the training staff is out there and they're looking at Busher. It looks like it hit her in the left foot.
It was. It was a ricochet comebacker there, and it actually ricocheted out to shortstop.
Doc Franciosa out there looking her over, and she says, "I'm out. I'm okay. Get out of here." Well, just as quick as I asked you to tell me what's going on with Olivia, she
got plunked there with a comebacker.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's going to power through. So hopefully she's okay. She's a competitor, so she definitely doesn't want to get taken out of this game. But goodness, you hate to see something like that, though.
Yeah, bases are loaded now. Still no outs. Jade Fry at the plate.
And Jade was very successful last night against the Millers. So let's see if
struck
she can
out
keep
twice
it going.
so far today.
She has. She's been a little cold, but bases loaded situation. Tigers could break it open right now, big time. You asked about Olivia Butcher. She has a 3.27 ERA, a record of 7-3. She's made 19 appearances this season so far, 62 innings pitched, 86 hits surrendered, and 36 strikeouts with 20 walks.
Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, the thing with Busher is before Gilliam was injured, Busher would typically pitch the non-conference games where Gilliam would pitch the conference games. So that's why she's got, why she's still got, a number of games in there. And then, of course, she went about 6 or 7 games in a row there when Gilliam just plain and simple wasn't available. 2 balls and a strike on Jade Fry.
Well, and she finished up the game against North Central last night, and Coach Dave Cook said that he wanted to give her time just in case. And seems to be paying off now because she had that, just a little bit, almost an inning last night. So, she at least got warmed up, so she's not coming in cold after a few days off. Plus, I like the hair. Did you notice her ponytail?
Yes.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Players showing personality. Mm-hmm. I say go for it. If you can pull it off, do it.
Another foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jade Fry. I hate to say this, but even at 2-0, you've got to say with the way the pitching has gone in this game that the Tigers have kind of busted this one open.
At this point, yeah, you could, especially with the dribbler to
back
pitcher.
to home, gets the force.
Force at home.
So Latimer is cut down at home for the first out. That's puts the pinch runner, Duplessis, on third. Kaylee Kardash on second. Jade Fry reaches on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up the catcher, Sarah Bumps. Bumps had a base hit in the 3rd inning, grounded to the shortstop for the first out of the 5th inning. And bases are loaded, 1
again.
Out. 2 in so far for the Fishers Tigers.
If you're the Tigers and you're loading the bases like this and you don't come away with at least 1 run, you have to be a little disappointed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
At least a little disappointed.
Well, the big hit so far has been the Hannah Mays 2-run homer. That one goes through. That's going to score at least 2 more.
Seeing eye single, drives in a pair.
Yep. So Sarah Bumps comes through with a base hit to right field. 2 more runs score. 5th hit of the inning for the Tigers. Runs number 3 and 4 for the Tigers. And that'll put runners at the corners with 1 out.
With only 1 out. So the Tigers, like you said, have kind of busted this one wide open.
Yeah, and I would imagine we're going to see Maggie Weber running again for Sarah Bumps for the catcher.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No? Are they leaving her in there? Or? No, it was somebody different came out of the dugout, but we'll have to see, is somebody coming out or not? Bumps is going to the dugout. And I think that is, looks like number 9. Is that 9?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's Maggie Weber running again.
So she is back.
At first base, the courtesy runner. Top of the order up, Courtney James. 4 runs so far. There's going to be the 5th run. Another solid hit to center field.
Courtney James wasted no time, one right after that first pitch. Took it into center field, drives another run.
5th run, 6th hit of the inning for the Tigers. And the Tigers have batted around now, with Olivia Stinson being the 9th batter of the 6th inning. Dave Cook going back out. He's going to make another change here.
Yes, he is.
Haven't seen the uniform number yet.
It's like number 9.
Jayla Gilliam's coming back in.
Can you re-enter that way? Apparently you can.
You certainly can.
Well, there you go. I think.
Well, this is an oddity. I have never seen that. I to be honest, I've never seen a pitcher re-enter.
Either have I. So that is kind of new, but it is legal, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Usually managers don't take advantage of that, but Dave Cook felt that Jayla could come back in, maybe regain her composure and close this thing out. At least shut down the rally.
Yeah.
So re-entering of the starter.
So Olivia Stinson, the second baseman, steps in. 1 out, 2 runners on. And the first pitch from Gilliam is a strike. Strike 1.
Strike 1 on the outside corner.
I guess she really didn't have time to cool off much. So, I mean, it was almost like, between innings for her.
Almost. I mean, there were 4 at-bats for the Tigers after she was pulled, and she's right back in.
The 0-1 pitch.
And she's trying to
Little
reestablish
outside.
that outside corner again. Yeah,
1-1.
against the left-handed hitters.
One ball, one strike, one out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss by Stinson. The 9th batter to face the Royals here in the 6th inning.
So 5
Tigers
hits.
have broken this thing wide open.
Yes, sir, Brad. 5 hits and 5 runs this frame.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty consistent for the Tigers. Kind of their MO. They usually
Yeah.
score in bunches and 5 runs, 4 runs here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing it again.
That one's off the plate just a little bit, makes it a 2-2 count. Tiger runners seem to be content just to almost stay right on the base.
At this point, it looks like they're just trusting their bats.
Yes.
Why take any unnecessary risks, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There's a pop-up. That should be the infield fly rule, which it is. That's 2 outs here in the 6th, and that'll bring Brooke Benson, who started this inning off on the first pitch from, at that time, Jayla Gilliam. Got hit, took first. First pitch to Hannah Mays went straight out of the park in straightaway center field.
Seems like a week ago when Brooke
it
got
does.
hit by that pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very long inning.
Especially if you're a Royal fan.
Exactly.
Tiger fans don't care how long this lasts, as long as they can continue to produce runs.
Not long enough for the Tiger faithful.
Yep. We're looking forward to the bottom of the 7th, or the top of the 7th for the Royals. They'll have the 6, 7, and 8 batters coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That one hits the inside corner, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, and as we've mentioned, the HSC Royals have a potent offense themselves.
Yeah.
So they are capable of a big rally as well.
They certainly are.
So I'm sure they're not going to go down without a fight.
1-1 on Benson. That one's over that inside corner of the plate, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Benson's seen that inside corner called strike quite a few times here today, and but it's handcuffing her. She likes to extend those arms. She likes to really put the barrel on the ball, and she's unable to do that when Gilliam's pitching inside to her like that.
The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, a little bit low.
A little low and outside.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 5 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. Tigers hoping to take on either McCutcheon or Harrison next Tuesday afternoon at their home field. Fishers High School. They're on 131st Street in Fishers.
Mm-hmm. Not far from where I live.
Mm-hmm. Still 2-2. Good battle here. Good pitcher battle with the batter. 2-2 pitch. A little bit inside again.
Loads the count, 3-2. Again, Gilliam's trying to attack that inside corner, try to jam Benson a little bit. She had a defensive swing 2 pitches ago, took a foul, but she knew that was going to be called strike, and she wanted to pull that thing out of there, and she did.
Hannah Mays on the on-deck circle for her, looking to get her second at-bat of the game, of the inning, rather.
Oh!
Swing just barely got a piece of it.
Foul ball. She swung so hard her helmet popped off. Again, inside pitch, though. I think Gilliam's really kind of figured out Benson a little bit more. Just keep throwing inside, make her have to swing, not necessarily let her swing.
Royals need an out here. Got a lot of work to do in the top of the 7th to get back into this one.
First things first, they got to get out of this inning.
2 outs,
This
full
half.
count, yes.
Get out of this half. Ooh.
Another foul ball off to the left.
Benson showing off her power a little bit with that foul ball.
How many pitches is that to this one?
We are now at 8 pitches in this at-bat. Benson fouling off 3, and we have a full count now. 2 outs. See if Gilliam goes back inside again. Grabs a little dirt, rubs it on her pants. Gets the ball ready. Sets. Inside again.
That's
And
ball
ball
4. So Brooke Benson is on base for the second time. And that brings up Hannah Mays.
Could we have 2 home runs in the same inning?
2 home runs. Well, you know, Rich, I'll be honest with you. It would not surprise me. Nothing would surprise me. Mays with that big 2-run homer to get the scoring going here about a half an hour ago now.
Yeah.
First pitch to Mays. Got the call in the inside corner, 0-1.
Well, if you remember, it was a 1-1 count when she took that ball out deep center field. So, and there was 1 runner on. So
now there's 3.
Bases loaded situation.
Could make it a 9-0 game with 1 swing here.
Line
Going
drive.
to score at least 2. Going to score 3. And Mays is going to be into second base with a stand-up double and 3 RBIs.
5 RBI inning for Hannah Mays.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable outburst by Hannah Mays, who is already pitching a gem and has now basically led this offense with a huge 6th inning. A home run, a double, and 5 RBIs.
Well, right now, if Olivia Latimer puts one over the fence, this game is over.
What a turn of events.
Yes, it is.
To go
Amazing.
from a 0-0 game, basically a pitcher's duel, to what we've seen so far right now. That outside corner again, strike 1.
Well, for 5.5 innings, this was a whale of a game. The bottom of the 6th. The bottom fell out for the Royals, and the floodgates just opened for the Tigers.
And to think it all started with a hit by pitch
batsman,
for Brooke Benson. And then Hannah Mays.
That one's a called strike. 0-2.
2-run home run out to center field over the wall and a line shot, really.
On Latimer. She reached in the in her first at bat, but she was forced out at home.
So for the first out of the inning, as the 3rd batter of this inning, and now
swing and a miss.
She strikes out for the 3rd.
Mercifully, for the Royals, the Tigers go down, but not after they score 8 runs on 6 hits. Hannah Mays accounting for 5 of those runs in this inning. At the end of 6, 8-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
We're moving into the top of the 7th. Do or die for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, down 8-0 to the Fishers Tigers. That lady in the circle in the mound there, not only responsible for a great pitching night, but also responsible for 5 of the 8 runs that the Tigers have scored in this game, Rich. That's amazing.
What a
Ground
day for
ball
Hannah Mays.
to shortstop. Will they make the play? Just got the call.
Beautiful throw and scoop by Benson. Benson had to go to her right, actually slid a little bit, scooped up that base or softball, and rifled it across the field for that.
Well, I think that's one of those plays when things are going your way, they go your way for the Tigers. When they're going against you, they go against you for the Royals.
I'd say 9 out of 10 times that's a base hit.
Yeah. And but Benson had great range there.
Amazing.
Good job by Brooke Benson.
Good heads-up defensive play. Kind of set the tone here for the defense.
Olivia Capuano, 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. We are in the top of the 7th. Tigers knocking on the door to host a home game Tuesday night at their home field over at Fishers High School against either McCutcheon or Harrison. You seen any scores on that game by any chance?
Not yet. Let me see if I can maybe find something.
Got to believe that Harrison is probably a big-time favorite in that game.
I would imagine so. I would expect them to win.
0-2 on Capuano. That one's over the outside corner, called strike 3.
I'd expect them to win the sectional, obviously, and then move on. So we'll see.
That'll bring up Libby Ratliff, the last hope for the Royals. This was just a very, very well-contested, very even game through the first 5.5 innings, and Tigers took advantage of the Royals there in the bottom of the 6th, scoring 8 runs, and just put this one basically, when they were up 5-0, I think they put it out of reach at that point, Rich. The way Hannah Mays has been pitching.
Well, they did, and Hannah just added 3 more insurance runs. All with one swing.
Foul back.
That 3-run double.
Yeah.
And now she's looking to close it out, and you talk about composure. Her composure is on point right now. You'd think she might be a little elated after having 5 RBIs last half an inning, but
well, 8-0 is not really the story of this game. Yes, the Tigers are going to win this game, and they're going to win it big. But when you look at the first 5.5 innings of this game, this was a whale of a game.
It was.
And,
definitely was. But
Tigers had 1 big inning. Royals had 1 bad inning. That one's outside. 2 balls and a strike on Libby Ratliff.
Really, it was a pitcher's duel until one of the offenses finally found its rhythm. And we knew it was going to happen. Both these offenses were way too good to be silent throughout. And unfortunately for the Royals, it was the Tigers that struck first, and they struck big with a huge crooked number there, 8 runs, with 9 hits overall in this game.
3-1 on Libby Ratliff. There's a foul ball, makes it a full count. Couldn't ask for a nicer day for a ball game than today.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Especially after the last 2 nights when we played.
Oh,
wow.
Definitely.
Like to thank our technical crew, Will Wofford, producer-director Lucas Lacan on the camera. I know I never get his last name right, but I try. Ball 4. Libby Ratliff reaches.
So here we go. The Royals have a base runner.
Yep, that's going to bring up the first baseman, Reese Massey. She struck out twice. Also back at the master control, Hamilton County Television Studios, Jim Wofford. Appreciate everything Jim does for us, for the community, and wrapping up another fantastic high school sports season. We will have some lacrosse coming up, though. But this is our swan song for baseball and softball, and
really lacrosse broadcasting. That's excellent.
Yeah, I think Will was saying we may do the regional next week. Is that right? Lacrosse. Yeah, he's shaking his head. 2-0. Reese Massey.
Lacrosse, hockey on grass, right?
3-0. Hannah Mays just not getting the call like she was getting earlier. I think she thought she had a couple strikes called there.
Got those first 2 outs pretty easily, then a walk to Ratliff, and now having some problems with Massey.
Bumps did a nice job of framing that one because that one was a little bit inside. And she framed that one right over the edge of the plate. Good job by the catcher.
That's why they call them a tandem. Got to work for each other there.
3 balls and a strike. There's a high fly ball to left field. Courtney James has got it lined up. And the Fishers Tigers have won Sectional 8. Hamilton Southeastern Royals 8-0. Rich, quickly, your thoughts on this game?
From the beginning of this sectional, it's been Hannah Mays. And all the way to the end, it was her again. She came out. She really established the tone, being the ace pitcher that the Fishers Tigers needed. She had that 3-run home run yesterday to help the Tigers beat the Millers. Tonight, she was truly the hero, coming out with 5 RBIs with a 2-run home run and then a 3-run double in the bottom of the 6th, and then came out and closed it out.
Yeah, if you were to pick an MVP, it would have to be Hannah, hands down. I mean, nobody came close to the performance she had, both from the circle and in the batter's box. Great job there by Hannah Mays.
You know, and my hat's off to the HSC Royals as well.
No, you can't take anything away from them. That's
not at all. They had a fantastic season. Jayla Gilliam came out here, and she pitched her heart out.
Yeah.
She just got into a little bit of trouble there in the bottom of the 6th, and once this Tigers offense gets going, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
And I think she noticed that. She saw that Coach Dave Cook had to pull her out, brought in Olivia Busher to try to stop the bleeding, but it didn't quite work out. Again, this Tigers lineup is potent, and if they are on task and they are on track, they can make a run to state possible.
Yes, they possibly could. You know, we've had a lot of good teams come out of Hamilton County that have ended up in the state tournament. But, Rich, thank you very much for joining us here today. We appreciate you being with us and assisting while Perry is off tending to some family baseball this weekend down in Marion, Illinois, watching his grandson play. And
I hope he's having safe travels out there.
Yeah, I know he appreciates that you sat in for him today and in that. And, you know, as many people say, family is first.
Exactly. And Brad, I appreciate this opportunity. It's been a lot of fun. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun working with you because of your knowledge and just how smooth you make this whole process.
We try.
I'm a writer, not a talker, but I'm trying to do a little bit of both, I guess, right?
Well, on behalf of Rich Torres, I'm Brad Silbert. We'd like to thank you for watching the IHSAA Softball Sectional 8. Fishers Tigers are the champions. Brought to you on Hamilton County Television by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Thank you for joining us. Good night.